You know, sometimes when you just try to order yourself up a hooker, you get a little more than that. And a Southwest Florida man figured that out. He tried to get himself a little hooker to his house.
Yeah.
But ended up getting a home invasion.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
Her friends came along.
Yes. Not the best time for this guy, I'm sure, but here's his story from NBC2. Take a listen.
Yeah, the one resident I spoke to was here last Friday at his home with his family when one Lee County deputy apparently detained him thinking he was part of this whole scheme, but the resident told me it was actually his next door neighbor.
Street, cops, canine dog, it was just intense. Like the first thing I've seen down here in a long time.
A surreal scene for Joshua Justice after he realized he was living next door to robbery suspects. These three are accused of teaming up to rob a 65-year-old man in Port Charlotte.
Just really intense, like never to go through that again in my life.
Charlotte County deputies said the married victim...
The guy they're talking to is so wasted he can't even stand up straight.
He is
So intense, man.
About to pass out.
Yeah, he is.
Like, no wonder cops arrested him.
Yes. Well, they thought he was the guy.
Exactly.
He looked suspicious to me.
Found 27-year-old Amber Brown on an online escort website.
Yep.
The two met at his home last Friday, where he was expecting for them to hook up. Minutes later, he says two men knocked on his door saying they lost a dog, then pushed their way inside the home. Deputies say Christopher Clark and Pete Bartolotti duct taped the victim's hands and feet and stole $1,500 and his car. The victim chewed through the tape to free himself and called 911. Later, deputies in Lee County say they chased the trio speeding down McGregor Boulevard in the victim's car.
Found him.
Deputies arrested them at this apartment complex. Joshua Justice says investigators initially thought he was involved.
I was just in the house. And then all of a sudden, all chaos broke loose. Another detective. I'm like, are you guys kidding me? He's like, you're gonna go to jail, fess up, I got your ID. I'm like, good thing I'm not from Georgia.
He led detectives to his
Sounds like your drunk voice, Chuck.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
So what did you see when the cops showed up?
Not a whole lot. I was
sure?
inside just hanging out, just drinking a bit.
Yeah. Was it shocking?
Totally shocking. It was like detectives, dogs.
Pardon?
Detective, dog detective.
Oh, a dog
It was a
detective.
dog detective, and I'm like, I'm not from Georgia.
You're from where?
I'm not from Georgia.
No. Why is that even something you'd say to me?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, did you pass out for a second?
Are
you sleeping? Is that the Pink Panther theme? Okay. All right. All right, let's go back to the story then.
Yeah.
neighbors.
Oh, that's insane. I've never heard of anything like that or a neighbor of mine do something poorly like that to an older generation.
This guy's incredible. He's incredible.
He's amazing.
They just let the camera roll. They must have asked him
have
100 questions.
He thought he killed it in this interview, too.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to go make history on the news real quick. He's like, and I'll be back to do some shots with everybody. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to go talk to the news.
Yeah. He's like, hold on a second. I'm going to put my lightning shirt on. And then I'm going to go outside.
Come on.
Do that to the older generations. Try and buy a hooker. It's wrong.
Okay, you have to try and see if you can get his number there in
Oh, God.
Port
We're not going to
Charlotte.
try to call
Yeah, we
Joshua.
got to
What do you
call
think,
Joshua
drunk?
Justice. Anyone know
not.
Joshua
Yeah.
Justice?
Is he drunk at all
No,
I
times?
just want to see if he's currently wasted and if he will admit he was wasted during the news interview.
Oh, wow.
Because that is an amazing drunk interview. Let's go back to it here.
Oh, that's insane. I've never heard of anything like that or a neighbor of mine do something poorly like that to an older generation. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God. It makes no sense.
So this guy in his 60s orders a hooker
Yep.
Yes.
online,
Bound with duct tape.
and she shows up, but then her two buddies do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not a bad Well, it is a very bad night for that man.
Yeah, that's
very
like
bad.
he chewed through his duct tape.
I was going to say, when you have to chew through duct tape, it's not a great
Oh,
day.
it's not
What do
good.
you think? And then you have to go to the cops and admit you went online to get a hooker,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Because they got too much of your stuff, including your car.
Just love that he was enjoying some like old Milwaukee or something. And
Oh, yeah. Sure.
What do you mean, cops? I'm not even from Georgia. Nice try, boys.
Yeah, they just looked at him. They just took one look at him, and they were like, "He's involved."
Right? Yeah, they were
He
like,
did it.
Fess up. And he's like, one little
Fess
problem with your case. I'm not from Georgia.
Yeah,
man.
well,
Hey, when they do that to the
oh
older
my God, he's
generation.
got it right. He's not from Georgia.
My name is Joshua Justice.
Out for justice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the old guy, did have to chew through the duct tape around his hands and hop to the kitchen. That's where he was able to cut his feet free with scissors. But that's when he also noticed sets of keys to his vehicles were missing. That vehicle was missing from his driveway along with his cell phone, and he had to run to his neighbor's house to call 911.
it is funny the difference between how he must have felt when the doorbell rang and then when it opened, because he was like, "Hooker's here!"
Yes.
Yeah,
So excited.
awesome.
And honestly, depending on how old was the guy?
63, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like 63, he thinks he's going to have sex with that girl. I bet she had a photo that was even better than
Oh, I'm
her
sure.
in real life. I mean, he thought he was going to score. You know.
Lost dog.
Oh.
And then they forced their way into the house with a hammer and a crowbar.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
So he's laying there and he's just like, "This is unfortunate.
Yeah.
So
Better start chewing."
obviously, he was willing to pay a lot because they demanded the money that he promised to the hooker, which was, I think, was it $1,500?
They said 1,500. Now that might have been more than he
Well, I thought
wanted
they
to
said
pay.
that he had 1,500 in his vehicle or something, and
Yeah.
they just took it. But yeah,
No luck so far there.
No, I mean his
No,
name's
I'm gonna
probably
need some time. I got it. There's a lot of those people, so
Yeah.
I'll let you know
Okay.
if I get.
We're able to.
His real name probably isn't Joshua Justice either. You know,
don't
like
think
he
so?
might have just made it up.
No.
I don't think he could.
I don't
think
know.
you could think that fast.
Probably not, but I bet him having his real name out there might not be the best thing in the world.
Maybe
either.
not.
yeah. I don't
then
think
you
he's got time for social media.
Yeah,
I
I think
so.
you're right.
No, he's figuring it out.
Yeah.
It's in his living room,
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. Who knows? There's a
but
lot
he
of-
is hilarious.
It's tough to nail down.
Can you believe
most of
somebody did a crime against that generation? So poorly.
Oh my God, I would just keep asking him stuff.
Oh, me too. I'd love to see the
I'd
raw.
actually go get him a couple more drinks. I'd be like, I don't know if you want some more, but
I got some stuff in the trunk.
yeah,
You want
like,
to?
go ahead, keep drinking a bit. We're gonna just interview you for a while.
Oh, it would be amazing to see the whole unedited
Yeah,
interview.
it's so good.